Hi everyone, it's Jazz. It's West Ham Lions channel. It's very, very late, so I'm gonna have to keep my voice down a little bit. I think my study's kind of underneath the bedroom. My son's sleeping, but you know how loud I get sometimes. So yeah, hope everyone's well. Yeah, it's gone past midnight. World Cup has been started about a week ago, but listen, it's just not the same for me at the moment as it was, especially when I was a kid growing up. My first World Cup, I remember, was a 1986 World Cup. I do remember 82 not very well, quite vividly. I mean, I remember my dad bought me the Panini sticker album. I was literally 7 or 8, didn't really watch much. 86 was really, really good because, yeah, I was at secondary school. A lot of the games were like late evening, so I could watch them. I mean, I remember the England Poland game, that was kind of quite late, 10, 11 midnight. This World Cup's a bit odd. It's kind of, other side of the world as well, but just doesn't suit anyone. I mean, people are busy working. I'm not watching any of the games. I had to watch the Brazil game, and yeah, that was quite good because the timing was quite good. I'd finished work and I was able to sort of, have 1 or 2 hours in the evening to watch that. But 10, 11 in the morning, lunchtime, I like to see the viewing figures. They can't be that high. They can't be that high. People are working. They're not really watching anything. And then every other game you hear, it's 0-0. And then the other thing that's kind of interesting is that when you look at the history of the world, and obviously most of the money's in where we are in Europe and then the US, um, Australia, Canada, but looks like, if you look at the old history, the old world, India, China, Brazil, BRIC, they call them, don't they, including Russia in there. How big APAC is with, great countries there like Singapore, Korea, Japan, as we know, Africa as well, huge continent. It looks like the future is the power's going to be shifted, split. So I think gone are the days where the South Americans and most of the European teams were the ones where the World Cup would be dominated by. I think obviously Brazil look like they're still up there. I think, surprisingly, I didn't realize, but we are one of the really, really good teams in the tournament. Could go far. I think look very impressive. But when you look at all the other games, like, I mean, APAC, Asia, it's coming strong, isn't it? North Africa, they're not scared. They're full of energy, and they're going for it. So I think let's look at football in the next 3, 4, 5 years. I think you're going to see, a lot more different countries who are going to be up for winning tournaments, and players are going to be coming more and more from Asia, even more from Africa. I think, especially North Africa, we got 1 or 2 players in our team. So that's what's interesting for me, really. And let's see how it's all planned out, really. But yeah, hope you guys are well, and I hope you're enjoying the World Cup, like I said. But before I get started with this topic, it's recorded, but it might be quite long. I do want to cover a lot of things. Again, support the oh bloody hell, let me get my pen out 1 minute. The thing is, I have to hold it opposite to the screen. That's why I never get it right. So please follow the new channel, our new sister channel called West Ham News TV. It went live less than a week ago. It's at minimum 1 video a day, like breaking news on any rumors, any transfer news, anything else to do with our club. 2 3 minute short videos. There will not be anyone live on there like myself. It's a totally different platform. When you haven't got much time during the day, you can watch it on your phone, that kind of thing. So I hope you enjoy it. Please subscribe to it. It is picking up quite well. It will be quite different, but the idea is that hopefully, this channel will stay the same, but West Ham News TV will hopefully churn out 2 3 videos a day. 2 will be modern breaking news, 1 or 2, and then hopefully I'm gonna be looking to do West Ham history, what happened on this day, short clip, short video. Couple of reasons for that. some of you guys will remember those days, 60s, 70s, 80s, nice memories for you. And then hopefully pass some knowledge on to the younger fans, your children who don't know. And bought this book the other day to help me. So I will be promoting that. I'll get in touch with John to say, John, I mean, I'm going through it at the moment. It only arrived yesterday. So the only thing is, it only goes up to 2008, and then I'm going to have to build my own database of West Ham players' birthdays, famous games, that kind of thing. The first one I did a couple of days ago was ironically one of my favourite players. So I'm wearing that in his honour. Frank McAvenny, he was his birthday, November the 22nd, I think. So I did a quick 2-3 minute video on Frank, his history with the club, that kind of thing. So yeah, please subscribe. I am dreadful at it. Yeah, West Ham News TV. Please subscribe to it. So that's all out the way. Yeah, I was going to do a video on David Moyes and what's developing and the rumours around him. Obviously, I thought he should have gone at Chelsea. Then I thought he's going to have to go after the sort of the Leicester result. He's still here. Then obviously Darmish from Sky, who's a great, reliable source, broke some really, really good news, sort of good information for us during the transfer window. He's becoming a bit of a West Ham expert. He kind of sort of found out a few things about senior sources at the club, mentioning that David Moyes has built up a bit of brownie points so he can carry on. And I think that's absolutely mad. I think that's mad. They apparently think he's got 3 games. I don't see the point of it. You wasted all this month. I mean, he's not really going to work with the main players during this time. They're at the World Cup. It is what it is, and I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Hopefully I'm wrong, because then they benefit our club. But I think we should have got the manager in like Villa, get him in, and then he would have had all this month, like I kept telling you, to work with the players, training ground routines, collect his backroom team together, work with the players at the back, look at the youth who are already there, talk to them one-to-one, and then make a plan for the games that'll be coming very quickly after the World Cup finishes. From Boxing Day, Arsenal plan for that game, look at players injured. I mean, let's have a look at the 3 fixtures. Let's have a look at the 3 fixtures, West Ham. Anyway, let me just have a look at the 3 fixtures. And I mean, obviously, Boxing Day, we've got Arsenal away again. The issue I have is obviously Boxing Day for me means West Ham, Tottenham, West Ham, Arsenal at home, perhaps West Ham, Chelsea at home. But we've never had that fixture for a long time now. We get fixtures like New Year's Day, home to Southampton, home to Brighton, or away to Leicester, and now obviously Arsenal got the benefit of that Boxing Day game so late though. It's just, yeah, I am a traditional person, and yeah, I'm not happy about that. But 3 games he's got. He's away to Arsenal, and then 4 days later we are at home to Brentford, and then 4 days after that we are away to Leeds. And this time last year, roughly, Brentford, I think they did a double over us. Leeds whacked us. Southampton whacked us. Arsenal, they're the one club we just have never beaten recently. We just don't do it. And they're giving him these 3 games after he's messed up all the. There's no easy games in the league, but we looked at the fixtures before. I mean, yeah, I don't understand it. It's just going to make life harder for the new manager. It's going to put more pressure on the board after a good amount of money they spent. So from those games, I don't know. Arsenal away is going to be very, very difficult. Confidence is low in the team, and it's due to the formation and the way David Moyes is telling him to play. I kept telling you, just instructions are negative. Imagine Paqueta coming back from Brazil and the players he had today, and they played with 1 CDM. But I know it's Brazil. I understand that, but Deckers is playing for England, which looked like one of the top teams in the World Cup. And then you go back to West Ham and you got Warburton there, 1 or 2 other funny characters. You got the Portal Cabins are there. it ain't gonna happen, mate. You're a human. I can't see it being lifted. It's got to be a new manager come in like Poch, lift everyone, rejuvenate the whole place, put some more money into it, and let's just, that's the only thing I can see risking our season. Apart from that, it's just going to be, stop, start, 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 stop, start, stop, start, mate. It's just not going to happen, mate. So for me, waste of time. David Moyes still here, but I do understand he's got 3 games to save his career, and they're giving him benefit of the doubt, a bit more time. Don't get it. But I hope I'm wrong. But that's the David Moyes out the way. The other breaking news has been Zuma. Zuma's got a knee operation. And on the back of that, before going to Zuma, I don't know if you've realised, but there was an article saying how international players join West Ham, and afterwards their form goes down and they lose their place in the international team. Many players were mentioned, and it's quite interesting. Quite interesting. I think obviously Zuma was one of them, but obviously the cat incident didn't help with him. That kind of thing. I know Fabianski's coming to the end of his career, but let me have a look at the rest of the squad, and then I'll kind of let you know, because I've got so much to talk about, and I don't think I made a note on this one. Yeah, so Kera's the other one. Kera was a regular. He's been atrocious for West Ham. He's had a hand in 5 goals conceded. He's not a starter anymore. So that's kind of happened to him. And Bowen, obviously, I shouldn't say that because he wasn't part of the team, and he joined them because of us. He's gone out. So that's kind of neither here or there. Benrahma, I've been told, he has featured in the friendly, but he has more or less not playing regularly as he was. Areola should have been starting, I would have felt by now, if West Ham, David Moyes had made him start, from the back end of last season. But again, he ain't going to go anywhere, even though Lloris is so old now. It's just not going to happen. I think Fornells was an under-21 star. He should have been near the Spanish squad. It ain't going to happen. The only guys, it's Ricey and the Czech boys, isn't they? They're kind of playing. Who else is there? Randolph, his team are not there. So there's a few examples of players who kind of joined West Ham. And that's another one. Skamaka, I've been told, is not a regular anymore, really. So that's another one, So it's very interesting on that point of view. What's going on with these guys who joined the club as regular internationals, good players, and due to David Moyes and tactics, they just don't do it for us, The other thing I wanted to talk about was I've been supporting West Ham since 1983 from my memory. Tony caught his debut Boxing Day, ironically, 3-0 victory, and he scored the goal. Came back from the header, and then he scored. I'll never forget that night. Dad's like, you can stay up. It's Saturday. It was 10 o'clock. Amazing. I wish I was there. You imagine Tottenham 3-0. They had a good team. Garth Crooks, Steve Archibald, Glenn Hoddle. I think Ricky Villa perhaps played in that game. Not sure. We were class. Class players. Jeff Pike, Brooking, and Devonshire, and all those players really. So it's just about the bad luck that the club has suffered. And I remember as a kid, I used to do these things. I made this league table of, depending on what you've won and qualified for Europe, and we were like, out of all the big teams that you can mention, we were like really bad luck, Like as a kid, you just want to see even a semi-final. You want to see a final at Wembley, and since 1983, I've not really experienced that a lot, really. I mean, the first thing I want to, obviously, to my memory in terms of bad luck, was the 1985-86 season. I was only 11 or 12, but what I do remember is that it was a very, very cold winter, one of the coldest winters on record, perhaps. Back in those days, no one had under soil heating, so the Upton Park pitch was frozen for many, many weeks. It could have been a whole month we didn't play at home. And then what the league done, and in that during that part, we went on a club record, something like a 21 match unbeaten run, I think it was something like that, which bloody hell, Boxing Day again with Spurs. Funny enough, I thought they beat us 1-0. Spurs, Steve Perryman goal. He never scores, the old granddad centre back, and they beat us. But what they did to us was in the FA Cup we had to beat Ipswich after 3 replays, and we were just knackered. League Cup, bad luck. We drew Man United as normal, right? League Cup third round, Mill Cup used to be called there, and we had a free kick, a perfectly good goal chalked off. So that was bad luck. Man United beat us, and Man United won the first 10 games that season, so they were all right. But we done them, but the goal was disallowed. So we went out the League Cup because you think with a team like that finishing third, we've got to win something. So that League Cup's gone. Referee, bad decision, gone. Then FA Cup, yeah, Ipswich 3 matches, beat Charlton in the third round. Then I think Sheffield Wednesday, was it? Well, no, Man United after a replay, right? So that's so many games. And then Sheffield Wednesday after, and Sheffield Wednesday, one of these teams, they're the fittest team in the whole league. They are Commandos, SAS, right? And at Hillsborough, even though we tried to, gave it best as we could, they just ran out of legs. A very small squad. And again, I know we don't help ourselves. We didn't buy anyone during our winter. We didn't buy anyone after the 85, 86, and we finished 15th the next season. I get that. But what happened was we ended up playing nearly 4 games a week. Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday to catch up. They would not give us a break. The Football League authorities at that time, whoever they were, this is before the Premiership. I think it was called the Cannon Football League, something like that, or Barclays, something like that. We ended up with 84 points, finished third. Everton 86, Liverpool 88, and I reckon most season 84 points is going to win you the league. And Liverpool went on a nutty run. They won like their last 10 games in a row. It's a very good known fact and bit of gossip, and I believe in it, is that to win the title, Liverpool beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge 1-0, and Chelsea beat West Ham Upton Park only in April, right? And Ken Bates was never going to allow West Ham to win the league. The rivalry was just too much. He just let Chelsea weren't playing for nothing. They finished 6th. And Europe went out the window anyway. That's another bad luck, because the Liverpool Heysel Stadium, they kicked all British clubs out for a decade. So that we qualified for UEFA Cup and we were like thrown out of it. So that's another luck. Thank you, Liverpool. Liverpool comes in West Ham's bad luck story over and over again. 1981, we lost League Cup. They scored offside goal. We equalised in the replay. Liverpool beat us. So Liverpool has been large story of our bad luck that year, this year. I mean, 85, 86 season, and obviously we'll come into one or two other things later on. So we lost the league by 4 points, but we played Everton that last game on a Monday. It didn't mean anything. We didn't turn up, so that doesn't count. So that I would say we lost the title by 1 point by Liverpool winning every single game in the last 10 games, Chelsea throwing the game, and we having to play 3-4 games a week. So all collated against us, but Tony Gale mentions Kenny Dalglish telling him you were the best team that season. What bloody benefits that now? So that was that one. Then the next one after that, as a support, let me make sure I do it by chronological order. So one more thing before this season was John Lodge last season. We got relegated 89-90. We lost to Luton in the League Cup semi-final. Julian Dix got sent off. I think he threw Roy Wegley to the floor. So that was another semi-final defeat. 1991, was it? Yeah, Oldham beat us 6-0 first leg. So that's another semi-final we've gone out of. FA Cup Forest 4-0. Tony Gale sending off. That's another one. Bad luck again, right? So I'm telling you, it just keeps happening and happening and happening. I don't want to believe in these things, these old witch tales, but listen, it happens, right? Let me go. So I'm going to talk about the 1991 season. Very interesting. So we came up, we got promoted. What was the old second division still? Premiership hadn't started. We finished second to Oldham by 1 point. ITV, so imagine it's 4:45 and you put on that channel to see the results coming through. So I put ITV on, and it used to be Elton Wellesby then. As the headlines are coming in, games have more or less finished. Elton's like, West Ham win the league. West Ham win the league. I'm like, get in there. When the show actually starts, what materializes is that Oldham in their last game, they've been given a penalty with about 10 seconds to go, and they've scored and they've won the league. And Elton's like, I'm sorry, I thought West Ham won the league. So we lost the league by a last minute penalty, which Oldham got. So we finished second, got promoted, and Billy Bonds didn't care. But the players like, come on, we wanted to win, wanted to win the league. And I would have been like, wow, we won the league. So that's another one, right? 1 point, we lost the league by 1 point, 87 points. They got 88. And I think we whacked them in the league that season to make things even worse. So that's that one. So let me see what's the next one we're going to do. 1 more minute. Where's it gone? Okay, so let's look at this one. So we go down again, and then we come up again in this season, right? And this league table is a famous Kevin Keegan Newcastle team. We finished second again. So we lose out. I know it's about 8 points, but again, yeah, could have won the league. We just couldn't. So that's second again. That's another one gone. And then this is quite an interesting one, actually. Let me find it on the thing. Where has it gone? Right. 99 season, well, the year 1999 anyway, 9900 wasn't it, whatever you call it. We were playing Aston Villa in a quarter-final clash, and this is the time where League Cup and FA Cup were very important, very important. We beat Villa to get to the semi-finals, and that's a big deal, right? The next morning, everyone finds out that a substitute appeared for West Ham United, a youth player. I think it's Omonimi, isn't it? His name, Nigerian family, isn't it? Yeah, Umuyimni. He failed to remember, acknowledge, and tell the club. So Harry Redknapp brings him on very late in extra time. He had no effect on the game. We won the game. He's played for Gillingham earlier on loan in that competition, right? And he played 8 minutes, and we were going to get thrown out the league, cup fined, and bit of luck. We had to play the game again, but obviously mentally we lost, so we lost the replay. So this is another weird one, right? When did this happen to any other team? So Yimini, whatever, yeah. Omo Yimini, yeah. I think first name began with M. He played, and he's such a daft pillock. He didn't even remember or tell the club or Harry, well, we should keep better records, So that's another weird one, right? And then we got this one, haven't we? Yeah, then we got this one. But 1981 League Cup, I told you about. It was an offside goal, and they beat us. That's fine. This is another Liverpool one, right? And this is a time where Liverpool kept winning finals on penalties. That had that goalkeeper from Spain, Reina, something like the Spain goalkeeper. So Milan were crying. Milan were 2-3 up at half time. Gerrard, and they won the European Cup, yeah, and they beat Birmingham. I remember Trevor Francis crying League Cup, won that one on penalties. I remember a game them and Arsenal with Owen scored two in injury time. They won that one. They did this. Liverpool just known for this, right? And yeah, never want to see that game ever again. Don't want to talk about it, but I thought I'd bring it up for the purpose, the subject of this, which is again bad luck. We're 2-0 up. Most of my family are Liverpool. I'm going mad, obviously swearing down the phone. And then it is what it is, isn't it? I mean, I remember Harewood hitting the bar, wasn't it? During extra time, that kind of thing. And then we got this one. So we stay up, and then we get fined 30 million. That's a lot of money back in those days. Tevez saga. We don't get any money for Tevez. He joins Man United. And they they didn't want to touch him at the beginning. Let West Ham be the shop window. Then they took them and Mascherano. So that's another one. Then we get taken over, and we think, God, Icelandics are come. They're excited. They got a lot of money. We're buying players left, right, and centre. Dyer, Bellamy, Lucas Neal rejects Liverpool for West Ham. We've got Upson, Birmingham captain, Sullivan goal back then, joins West Ham. We've got Zamora in there. He didn't buy, but he was there, thereabouts. And I'm like, yeah. But then the 2008 crash comes. They lose all their money. And we're like, about to go out of business. And then, so that's another one. Then we get all these players from the youth team: Carrot, Cole, Lampard, and then obviously we get relegated with a team like that with Rhoda, and we have to sell half of them. So that's another thing, right? Oh my days! So it's just like, whoa, mate. I don't think there's another club like that, is there? I thought I'd bring that up. I thought I'd bring that up to kind of jiggle your memories, the younger ones. Listen, we have really bad luck on the club, really bad luck. I mean, they used to say the old ground is linked to the castle in our badge. What used to be, well, I think you always should have Castle West Ham Lions have the castle, but obviously it's been taken away at the moment. Yeah, it used to be a castle on Green Street. But around and the history is that around World War One, World War Two, the West Ham directors didn't like it. They say it's a bit of an eyesore. But after obviously the bombing going on during the war, it was actually declared unsafe. It had to be knocked down. So there used to be trams on Green Street and a little castle linked to Berlin, King Henry VIII's wife that got head chopped off at Tower of London. So that's, and they go, is that the Chaos and Blink? I don't know, but I'm like, and look at our song, Fade and Die, and come on, why would you want to sing that? I mean, come on, it's our song, it's cool, but it's like, whoa, all these things, like, they fade and die, and whoa. But anyway, that's that. And I was thinking again about something else, the way my brain works is like, this 4-2-3 one ain't working, and I was thinking, it ain't gonna happen on the day, but I think it's going to be hard for him to stick around. But I think and to be fair, I think he did try to do it this window and this helped him when he first came. If you remember, how Cressy was one of those three at the back, distribution and a wing backs, worked brilliantly. I think this is the one to consider going forward. But for this one, yeah, hopefully Zuma's okay, comes back. We've got Agard on the left side. Kera might do an okay job there. I don't know. We're going to have to spend heavy on the wing backs. I mean, I saw the guy for Germany. I know Germany lost, but that Eintracht Frankfurt guy looked really good, mate. He was like bombing down. So what we need is, in this system, find three left-footed, right-footed, pacey, three good on the floor centre-backs. And I think we nearly got them there at the club anyway. Goalkeeper we obviously know about, but really good wing backs. Improvement on Kafal, on Johnson, Cressy, people like that. They're going to be crucial because they're going to be, it is what it is. When we're struggling, they're going to have to play as fullback. So we've got five through the middle. When we're attacking, they're going to have to be our wingers, really. So it is kind of like a 3-4-3. But the other difference is that I might do a different show on it. I think I might do another a different show on this. Actually, I will do a different show on this. I'm not going to go into too much, but I think the 3-4-3 system looks quite interesting for us in terms of you've got three centre backs, but then they can become five, and then obviously you got the two holding players. But when I do the video, it's going to be different for me. And then the three up front, I'll go into a bit more, but I think the 3-4-3 system would be good for us. But I think actually I'm going to do a whole video on this after this or tomorrow because I do want to talk quite deeply into this. So, but what I'll tell you is just like I think this is the one, but I'll explain a bit later in another video why 3-4-3 will work for us really. So those are the things I wanted to talk about. Was Moyes? I think it's the end. It's a total waste. I don't know why the club have done it, but they always do stupid things. Anyway, the bad luck. Listen, there is something to consider, isn't it? I'm not just making it up. It just happens over and over again. And then, the Zuma injury doesn't help. Cornet should be back. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. There's too many things going on. Skamaka out of form slowly. It's just weird to think about, isn't it? And that kind of thing. But the World Cup, I'm not really going into it at the moment, but surprisingly, it looks like England, we're kind of, whoa, you never know. We've got to a semi-final and the final in the last two big tournaments, so don't see anything there to be afraid of. I mean, Brazil, look good, but they got aging back three, back four, France. Let me see. I didn't see the French. I haven't seen any games apart from England's games. To be fair, Brazil one I was going to watch. That was the only 2, 3 I've seen really. So let's see what happens. It could be tournament for the surprises. There's always sometimes surprise team in the semi-finals. Let's see what happens really. But yeah, keep following West Ham News TV, West Ham Minds TV, West Ham Minds channel. Sorry. And I will do a video on that 343 for you guys. But I hope you're doing well. I thought I'd connect with you. I needed that Rice video, wasn't it, 3 days ago? So yeah, hopefully you guys are okay. You're not missing West Ham too much. It'll come around soon, mate. But yeah, take care. Keep subscribing. Keep watching. And like I said, yeah, lots of things happening on the new channel. And I will be doing that 343 video tomorrow for you lovely guys. So take care. And apologize I didn't go into that 343 because I started to talk about it and I thought it's going to be interesting for you guys what I'm going to speak about. Let's make a total fresh video on it. So God bless you all. Have a lovely, lovely, well, I think you're in bed now this time, but take care. God bless.